Could Jackson State really be recruiting internationally? I think this is pretty cool. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is good, my people? What is good, my people? My name is JeffLightsYJr. here with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, there is a young man from London, England by the name of Kofi Taylor-Barrocks who is drawing a ton of attention from major schools over here in the States to play football, and one of them being your Jackson State Tigers and HBCU. Let's take a look at a 247 article that was put out about Mr. Kofi and about Jackson State. It says London, England native Kofi Taylor-Barrocks came back to the States for the Under Armour Futures 50. Now remember, Prime, Under Armour, there's a big connection there, just in case you forgot. This after what he says was a successful trip to the stateside in June. Quote, everything's going all right, he said. I came out last month and picked up a few more offers. I picked up 7 more offers, Ole Miss, Colorado, West Virginia. So recruiting is going well for me. And there are a few new schools interested in me now. So he's getting a ton of big time Power 5 FBS offers. There was one school who offered in June, standing out from the pack, though. My top school is probably Jackson State, Taylor-Barrocks said. They give me a family feel. I've gotten close with Coach Prime quite a few times, so I know the love is real, and they're going to treat me like family when I get over there, especially being a European. That is one of the biggest things I'm looking for, is the sense of being at home while being away from home. So I'm looking forward to building a relationship and seeing how things go. Taylor-Barrocks will not play in the States this fall, and his season in Europe is in the spring. So he plans to use fall to take more visits, commit, and then enroll mid-year. So he says, I'm trying to sort out my official visits now. He said my first official visit will probably be Jackson State because they show me the most love. I want to try to come back in September at the end of the month. I might to go to some more camps, TCU if I can, because they're interested at some point, but I'm not sure if I'll make it over there. There are other programs Taylor-Barrocks keeps in contact with and hopes to hear from others. He understands the situation can be more difficult to drum up interest, but his June camp run helped. Now, this is interesting for a couple of things. One, a young man being interested in your program and he lives in London, England. That's pretty cool. How good of a football player is Kofi Taylor-Barrocks? Well, according to 247, he's a 3-star athlete, a 6'3", 220 pounds linebacker. And we talked about some of the big time offers, right? And that includes Michigan State, Colorado. You saw Ole Miss and some other ones. But he sounds like he wants to go to JSU. He's going to take a visit in September, and I think his mind is going to be blown going to the vet at a game in September. If he visits in September, there's a good chance he could visit during the Grambling game. And if he visits during the Grambling game, there's a good chance he could commit the day he visits on the Grambling. Because I think that atmosphere is going to be magical. I think it's going to be insane what the vet is going to look like when they play Grambling. I predict Jackson State is going to average, not like have just during that game. I predict they're going to average 48 to 50. I said 50,000, so I'm going to stick with it. 50,000 fans this fall, every home game, at least 50,000. They averaged 42 last year, FCS record. I think I'm going to break that record by averaging around 50,000 with Travis, with Coach Prime, Shador in another year, all that. 50,000, I think, is pretty doable. And if that young man is able to go to a game against Hugh Jackson, against Grambling with 50,000 stands, that game probably have 55, maybe 60 in the stands. You're probably safe to say you're going to get a commit out of Mr. Kofi Taylor-Barrocks. Let's take a look, like I said, at his 247 profile. And I think, like I said, there's a good chance you can get a commitment out of him if he visits during that game or if he visits in any game. And he said he wants to take an official visit. I think this is pretty cool. It's cool. I don't know what kind of player he is. Like I said, he's a 3-star. He's out at London, England, but I think it's just really cool. The simple fact that JSU having guys internationally that is influence and that is interested in the brand. I think Coach Prime's connection with Under Armour helps. I think then Coach Prime himself sounding like he's one of the lead recruiters on this. He's saying he's close to Coach Prime, so it sounds like he's a lead recruiter. I know Tim Brewster's in on this somewhere. And to get a player from London, England, yeah, that'll just be cool to say. You get what I'm saying? And it's not like a kicker, because a lot of the kickers and punters come from like Australia and different parts of the world. But to get a linebacker, 6'3", 220, it's a really good size going into your senior year, by the way. Really, really good size, 6'3", 220. And it's a spot that JSU is going to need some help in the future, right? Aubrey Miller will be graduating after this season. He'll move on to a professional football career, and a couple of other guys will have to step up after that. Maybe this is a spot Mr. Kofi can come in and help. But to have an English player from London be interested in your program means you're doing something right. Means that the brand is reaching, or the coaches are reaching far and wide, and the brand is reaching far and wide to where players are hearing about JSU and Coach Prime and what the Tigers are doing over there in the SWAC. So when he visits, if he visits during a Grambling game or any game during September with 50,000 in the stands, and he already has you as his number one, his favorite, there's a chance you can get a commit very, very soon in the fall. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. with the Black Boss channel and Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up button. Also, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. That is on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.